Hello everybody, this is C.T. Townsend. Thank you for taking just a brief time to watch this video. I wanted to take just a moment and update you concerning the Knoxville Tent Crusade that is scheduled for this May. Many of you have sent messages and emails wanting an update, and I totally understand that. And there are many wonderful people that I have had the privilege of meeting and praying with as we've talked about this tent meeting and the crusade in that area. And I'm thankful for everybody that we got to meet, and you'll never know how much Becky and I appreciate your love and your prayers and your support. I had the opportunity last week to preach in the Knoxville area and got to sit down with many of the pastors and the preachers and people from the churches there, and got a chance to talk about this meeting. And after much prayer and consideration and talking among one another, at this time we're going to postpone the meeting that was scheduled to be this May. We've ran into a couple hiccups that we just could not overcome to have everything ready by this May. Factors like in Burlington and in Bristol, it takes a lot of work. It takes over 200 men to put the tent up. And the momentum that it takes and the workforce that it takes to put together a meeting of this size, just to be honest, we were never able to achieve that in the Knoxville area. On top of that, the field and the piece of property we're using, there's new construction going on there where we were going to hold the tent, and that was all just recent, that we found out recently. And many factors go into this, but the pastors involved, along with myself, think right now the timing is just not there, and so we're going to postpone this meeting. The reason I say postpone is because I really believe in my heart that one of these days that God is going to allow us to do an evangelistic meeting in the Knoxville area. But I'm not God, and I can't make those kind of things happen. But we're believing by faith that God is going to open the door. We believe that God opens doors and God shuts doors, and right now the timing just is not right. Of all the obstacles we had in the Knoxville area, finances were not one of them. The people and the churches were so good and faithful and gracious in their giving. And so I wanted to be very clear and very transparent what happens with the finances. Every dime that we have record of that was given towards this Knoxville crusade is going to be sent back to everybody that gave. When we set up a meeting of this magnitude, the money does not go to CTM to cover us and to be accountable and transparent. When we go into an area, we set up a board of trustees of pastors in that area. They open up a bank account in that area, and all the funds that are given for that meeting are placed in that. It's not even placed within our reach. So last week when I spoke to those pastors, they're fully aware and 100% supportive that every dime that has been given will be sent back to everybody that gave towards this meeting. While I am greatly disappointed that the tent is not going to go up this spring in the Knoxville area, I do have peace in my heart to look into this camera and tell you that I did everything in my strength to pull this thing together and to see it through. And if I am to be transparent, my regrets, my disappointments, whatever you want to call it, would be for the people of Knoxville that wanted to see this happen. I'm sorry. And also beyond that, the people in Burlington and Bristol that gave and have supported us in this and wanted to see other towns experience what they experienced, I'm sorry as well for that. Everything of this is completely out of my control, and here's what we have to do. We got to trust God. God is a God that opens doors, and He's a God that shuts doors, and timing is key here, and this is just not the right timing for this meeting to come together. But here's what we know. We know that we serve an amazing God that has amazing power to do whatever He wants to do whenever He wants to do it. And in the near future, our team is already working together to put this tent up in other cities and in other places. And we'll talk about that at another time in another video. But we're excited about the future. And our greatest need in this day and hour is real heaven-sent revival. And I'm thankful that across this country there are still people that are hungry and understand that Washington, D.C. is not going to fix our problems. A Democrat or a Republican cannot fix the division of our nation, but we believe that God's people coming together, seeking the face of God for revival is the answer for this nation. And I'm thankful that the Word of God is still powerful, and the Word of God is still true, and the people of God are the remedy for this generation. So to my friends in Knoxville, don't quit praying for revival. Keep seeking the face of God. Beg God for revival in your local church. And there's no telling what God can do. There's no such things as mistakes between us and God. God makes no mistakes. He's a perfect God and a holy God, and all we can do is walk through the doors He opens and have peace when the doors don't open. So from the bottom of my heart, I love you. I thank God for you. Thank you for praying for us. We're praying for you, and we're excited to see what God's going to do in the future. God bless you, and you have a wonderful day.